Cái tại dân nào you. Alright guys, so we have a special episode today of scenes that I almost deleted because they were shaky or whatever, so spent a lot of time trying to get them stabilized. It's still a little rough, just your warning. But it's a time of year where it's really cool in Bangkok, and there's lots of markets like I was at over the weekend, like in the video that I posted over the weekend. And there's also tons of people in town, including like some of my favorite internet faces, some bloggers and vloggers were passing through. So I have a couple videos from that I want to share with you. Also, I want to tell you guys, drink is almost gone. If you have questions that I have not answered, some of the stuff is like, how did you meet Mark? Do you speak Hmong, or who are all these Hmong kids? Like, if you have questions, and especially like longer form stuff that I haven't explained, next week we're moving. So we're moving out of this house, so I'll have, won't be posting as much stuff, but I will do some Q&A videos. So if you have questions, if you want to know anything in particular, I'm going to do like a cocktail Q&A. I'll post a cocktail video, or I'll be drinking a cocktail and talking about whatever. So shoot me a message, leave a comment. We'll try to get everybody's questions answered. It can be anything food related or whatever you want to know. So with that said, enjoy today's video. You'll probably see some people you recognize.
Oh my god.
Okay, you don't mind.
Yeah, we're here at the local. It's an old, beautiful house doing traditional recipes right in the middle of Asoke. It's quite easy to access, and they have delicious food. I love to come here. I love to bring guests. Today I've got Pailin and her brother Art from Hot Thai Kitchen hanging out. We're laughing because they've been eating some of the food and fanning the flames. It is actually quite spicy and very well done traditional Thai food. A lot of the recipes are quite old, so we're tasting them, we're hanging out, we're talking about Pailin's upcoming cookbook in a couple of months. It's quite exciting. We're talking about this idea of authenticity and how everyone kind of holds on to this idea so hard that it makes it difficult. It makes it pretty intimidating to actually cook Thai food if you don't have a Thai grandma standing next to you to guide you the way. So I might let her talk to you about that later. Right now she's fanning the chili, so
I'm doing just fine. It's just my brother. So Dwight was saying that my brother here was fanning the flame. Just for the record, I'm doing just fine. And I think what happened was he ate what we call a luk dot. If you want to look over here, in several dishes actually, especially curries, they'll put in whole Thai chilies. And they're not going to break it or chop it in, because the purpose of this is not to make the dish any spicier. But if you want, if it's a personal preference, you really like things to be all on fire, you can just take that chili and eat it. So if you're not careful and you don't notice this luk dot in your dish, then you end up, sweating and screaming like my brother, and you're like, what just happened? Because 3 bites ago it was okay. So there you go. If you're in Thailand and you order a dish with lots of stuff in it, keep your eyes open for luk dot. Dot means chunk. Luk dot. Luk dot, it sort of means like an outlier. Yeah. I think that's what it means, and I think that's sort of the meaning of this dish, is sort of the outlying chili that you can draw into your food if you want.
So I'm going to give you guys the foreign interpretation on that. Don't means to jump, so I assume that it means skip that chili, right? Because that's a super fiery chili, and if you're not ready to be sweating, skip them. Just skip that chili. Just jump right over that. Because I've talked about this before in another video, but you're not necessarily supposed to eat everything that's in your Thai bowl, and some of those chilies there unless you want to be really unhappy later, are not meant for you. Doing a little unintentional group vlogging, walking through the Khlong Toey Market, just trying to check out what there is to see, hanging out with some friends, some fellow bloggers. Gonna show them a couple of street food options and see what kind of trouble we can cause.
Cheese on top.
This is the Bobia assembly line. Looks delicious. More the traditional style Bobia. You don't really find that very much. You normally get the fried stuff in Bangkok, but this is something special, and it's right in front of a great little fish noodle restaurant. Alright, so this is a place that will probably appear in another video later, but they basically make all of the little crepe wrappings that you would wrap up the deep fried spring roll or the fresh spring roll. It's even used in like Vietnamese food and all different types of cuisine, so people know to come and get it here. They make them really fast. A lot of restaurateurs come here. Yeah, you can end up with this really soft tasting roll, or you end up with a like really deep fried, crackly, crispy bobia or spring roll wrapper. So it's amazing to see how they actually make it. That is a crazy amount of meat. Yeah, so this is, if you haven't figured it out by now, this is the market that people come into and have the real culture shock, real panic attack, because so busy, so much to see, a lot of blood, a lot of guts around here, and then while you're trying to recover from that, there's like somebody trying to get by, or a motorbike coming through, or a truck passing through, or something trying to run you over. Yeah, so I did kind of lose them a little bit, so might as well just kind of stop and tell you guys that I will have a better video of walking through this market with some fun characters coming to you later. This is just kind of a preview of Bangkok's biggest central market, Khlong Toey Market, and all the sights and sounds from this place. So you see these guys hanging out in the middle of the road, and they have the same sort of kind of licensed jacket on that you would have as if you were a motorcycle taxi. So they all have their different numbers on it. They've got their names, not their names, but the area's name on the back. It says Thala Khlong Toey on the market. I mean, Thala Khlong Toey on the back of their jacket, which is the name of this market. So yeah, so people rent these guys out. They cart the stuff through the market, get it back to the cars or tuk-tuks or wherever people are gonna use to kind of ship the stuff home. And they're for the most part pretty friendly if they're not in a hurry. I'm getting a lot of smiles as I walk through. You guys all right back there?
Oh, we're good.
I just want everybody
I don't know where you're taking us down this strange alley.
I want you all to know
Middle of central Bangkok.
that I have no idea where we're going either. Oh, and we came out exactly the right place. Look at where we are. In front of a beautiful site. 3 โมงถึง 6 โมง ครับ แล้วก็คนที่แบบขับรถผ่านจะจัดรถมาโอเคใช่โอเค
So is it basted with like a sauce or?
I don't know. I didn't ask, man. It almost this color. It almost looks like tandoori color, like a really kind of thick color. And I'm asking him in Thai, like he said he normally sells like 3 o'clock to about 6 o'clock, and people will just kind of, there's a big freeway down there, so people will just kind of park their car right here, and he'll like walk it up to the car.
Partial delivery.
Yeah, partial delivery, which is awesome. It smells beautiful.
Yeah.
I wish you guys could smell that. Now that is a beautiful thing to see. We should have just, when we were lost, we should have just followed our noses right to the smell. We would have been saved for sure. Chicken. Kind of crashed into Vietnamese and More restaurant. I had to call the owner to get inside because they're closed right now, which is kind of funny. But we got some Vietnamese coffee, kind of drips down, and then you have to stir it up. And so we're just sitting here. It's one of my favorite things to do: hang out, drink a little drink. I prefer beer, you guys know that, but having some coffee and a coconut with some fellow travelers. I'm gonna pass the camera to them, let them introduce themselves and tell you one of their random eating and travel adventures.
We've been living here in Bangkok now for just a couple months, but we are with husband in tow, adventures in food, wine, and luxury travel. Whereas Dwight here is the expert on Bangkok street food. We're just learning as we go, and loving the fact that Dwight can literally open doors to a closed restaurant to get us some Vietnamese coffee.
Yes. Most importantly, that we're professional eaters.
We are professional eaters. So Dwight wanted a story. I mean, I think I've got a quick one that's probably related to what we're doing right now. It's from our first trip to Vietnam, when we were teaching English in central Vietnam in Quang Tri province, and we had our very first Vietnamese coffee.
Oh yes.
And there, the Vietnamese coffee is actually, it's actually served with tea on the side.
Green tea, a little cup of green tea on the side while you wait for your cafe sua.
So you get your green tea and your coffee, and as Dwight said, it sort of drips down, and it's kind of a small amount. So I did it like I was doing an espresso shot and just like downed it in one gulp.
Which is a big no-no.
So I had like cups of green tea, 2 full Vietnamese coffees, and then got into the car that was taking us back to the airport. It was like an hour and a half ride.
Hour and a half ride, yes.
The whole way there, I was like, I was so hyped up on Vietnamese coffee. It started the rule of, we love Vietnamese coffee, but the rule is only one.
Only one. And don't have one before you get in a car.
Yeah, or don't have 2. And tea before getting into a car. That was our first experience with Vietnamese coffee.
But it is absolutely delicious. To me, I think it is the best coffee in the world. I know I'll offend our friends in Italy and in all around the world, but to me, Vietnamese coffee with the condensed milk, a little bit of ice, cafe sua da, perfect.
Yeah, awesome.